already a bit late. But like the exam doesn't have really much to do with this. There's a couple of text exercises that like those are actually sort of, you know, relevant. It's like so much stuff for the fucking isn't actually exam relevant. It's fucking ridiculous, right? How that is structured, right? Oh wait, what am I talking at this point? I'm fucking ranting out loud. God damn it. You're early. I don't know. I was ranting before I got here. I'm not in the best mood. It's like it's getting towards me in terms of just when you're constantly living your life on the edge. It gets slowly to you, and you're just like 5 centimeters constantly away from just disaster, and only able to kick it down another 6 months down the road to disaster. A real decision if you can dodge the next one. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It gets to you at some point. I think it's gotten to me a lot. But still, I'm just not performing well enough. Whatever. We shall see. Hopefully I can at least drive halfway competently today. Kay Jones is here. Darren is at least here. Hey, he's driving a McLaren. I don't know if that's a good news. Camps is here. Foreman. And yeah, there are 6 people. Truly saddening, this thing. Right. Okay, yeah, right. We're doing refueling anyway here. So might as well take some fuel out of the car before we start rolling. What temperature is it? I didn't check. At 22, so that works fine. They still haven't fixed it. Oh, that's the second race weekend in a row that they hadn't fixed the fucking refuel times. So I guess we will have to actually put the fuel back into the car. Oh boy, the car is not liking to eat the curbs there too much. Hey, we have Cam's also behind. That can only go disastrously bad. Oh god. Yeah, she ain't using the curbs quite properly. she makes up on me in the braking is just wild. My car does not have that. It's like I lack straight line speed, but I lose ground in the braking, which is really weird. Oh, come on. Piece of shit. And then I completely missed the braking for this corner. Oh, I overbroke there so much, Jesus. Broke way too early there. He's so much faster through the chicane than me, holy shit. That must be a disaster. I don't expect sub 45 at this rate. Like, she feels great, but like, I don't think it's enough. Car's just slow, I think. 41, 42, 43, 43, 7, not terrible? Except last. Oh boy. And wide into turn 1 immediately. And then fucking no turning for the next turn 3. Fucking hell. Can I... She's quite fucking loose. The thing is, I'm not driving on full fuel, I'm only on half fuel. It's not Qualy, but like, sure as hell is not correct fuel, man. I'm gonna bring here. Gosh, I have problems again. Maybe. Yeah, did you notice that you guys still haven't fixed the problem from last round that allowed, refueling times, or, that fixed refueling is still off? Because it is still off. I haven't typed it into the in-game chat again, but like, yet. But I did immediately notice upon driving out of the pits that the pit stop time that it calculates for me is only 3 seconds and not 25. If I take 1 liter. Man, it's managed me back to a 44. Boy. That's fun. Brakes? Why? I broke earlier. The fuck? It's really fun how the Lexus has better brakes than the Porsche. Oh, Cam said that it would be fixed next round. I guess I didn't quite go up this chain of command there. Because technically it's in the rulebook, but in the series info that this would be run. No. Was also short formation, so... I guess that's probably also configured. I just found some time, Jesus. Still there's a second missing. Well, then again I'm running half fuel because I was expecting it to work. So I'm not sandbagging too bad. happens. Ooh, the understeer for this kink here, but like finally a half decent run for turn 1. With babe, yeah. Yeah. Holy shit, how much time I'm right now finding. Either the track has jumped too fast, to optimum now. Oh, I still can't figure out the braking point again for this corner. I'm braking way too early for it, which is a new problem. Car doesn't like the second curb there. Probably too early there. I hate Aqua Rally. It's a tricky corner. I don't hate it. I quite like Imola in general. It's one of my favorite circuits. There's a lot of good flow on this track. Although you do not get much of a break here ever. Still too early. Nope, that's not it. That was way slower. I can easily take the first curb, but like, there's some weird line you need to run there. One of these curbs you need to take and the other one you need to avoid like the plague. And I don't quite remember which one was which. Similar issue with Solder. First chicane, where it's also like, if one curb you need to take, the other one you need to avoid like the plague. And knowing which one is like half the fucking battle for that one. I guess there a track guide would help. I hate those things. I guess the racing line is made out of racing line. That's most I get out of a track guide. Corporate asks you to tell the difference between these two pictures. They are the same picture. I can seriously rarely tell the difference between my driving line and anyone else's. Okay, going straight into Qualy. Doesn't bother me too much. I hadn't changed anything on the setup. There's a stock J. Lopez. That wasn't quite enough cut on the inside there. So it wasn't suboptimal run. Still found some time here, but like not quite enough to actually get. Alright, bit of pit and track practice and I should. Yep, the server just shut down as I entered the pit lane. That's funny. Refuel time, okay. So we're going straight into Qualy. Refresh list. I think they aren't yet up again. Alright. I do have some plans for the weekends in terms of something to stream. On the other hand, I'm not sure if I want to really stream that. Oh, hey, Andrino. For some reason, you don't have an avatar. Oh, now you have an avatar. Okay, I see. Might have been just my shit internet. It's been what? It's really interesting because I can stream just fine. It seems I can race just fine as well from VTrack and everything. It seems that everything worked fine there on that end, but I seem to have weird connection issues when like watching videos or opening websites and everything else like that. It just takes ages to load anything. Like, I run into buffering like it's fucking 2010. Well, for Americans, probably even earlier, but like, German internet was still shit in 2010. You're still brushing your teeth. Why? That sounds like not the greatest idea. That's sure. Yeah, I could mention something I've done while driving in a sim, but like, we're not going to mention that. YouTube might actually bonk me if I mention that. It was silly. I think I've even done it twice. That's the worst part. While driving in AC on the Shitoko surf. Okay. Just to give additional all the context I'm gonna give for that one. Silly shenanigans for sure. Right. Come on, server, come back online. League practice, the Fast 5 practice, and again league practice, right? But yeah, what I was gonna say about I mean, you don't need to change that many gears while you're at top speed already. When you're already traveling at 300 kilometers an hour, you don't need to shift that often. You just leave it in gear for the most part. Well, if the cars operate very well enough in 5th gear. Even if you have to brake a bit to avoid some traffic. So there's the league practice? Yeah, we're waiting for the race server to come online. Okay, so I'll check the Discord right now. Because, you know, it's still missing. Does DerGeneralFluff mean? Ah, yes, DerGeneralFluff. Oh god, they've taken another server offline. I have not already 4 listed. Huh. But yeah, well, fluff means fluff. Which is the weird part because it's an English word at the end of like what mostly is German. But the reasoning why this ends with fluff was that I had previously used der General-Flauschiger Fuchsschwanz. And Fluffy Foxtail, the general Fluffy Foxtail, has the issue of being so long that, like, Games like, for example, the Arched will not take a name this long, but DerGeneralFluff, they will take. So that's how that happens. Why DerGeneral? Oh, well, first, German, funny, male, already in the article and everything. But no, the reason for the general is the general reposty. Because I reposted so many memes that became sort of a nickname as well at the same time. So yeah, that's a thing. So that's the combination of those two. Oh yeah, there's the leak server. Right, I've just noticed. No, well, multiple foxes. It's der Fuchs. Male. Fox is still technically male. And Fuchsschwanz is also male. But, it doesn't quite matter, really, because it is der General. The general. It's also funny that, like, general is, like, spelled the same way, both in German and English. Anyway, that's that part, but, like, the article would be referring to general, who happens to be Fluffy Foxtail. Mr. Fluffy Foxtail. As funny as that is. Right, we had some overpressure on the front tires. So let's slice that down. Rear tires, they were tad high. We're gonna take 0.2 out of those. That should get them back under control. We had issues with the brakes for sure. The brakes were not working properly. Guess what? And handlebars is so confusing, yeah. Well, this duck. It's the duck, that's female. The cats, that's female. But it's the male dog. Oh, I mean, the floor is male and the fucking ceiling is female, which is also fucking great. Das Eichhörnchen. Right. Das Haus. Das Auto. Right, we might want to start, you know, qualifying here. Maybe see if we could fix. To be, you know. Oh, you mentioned that before. I think you mentioned that. Was that during which V-Track race did you mention that? I think it was in the last one. I think you mentioned that when I was racing in Silverstone. So 2 weeks ago. Somewhat that you got shown that when you were down at Indianapolis. And that I commented that, yeah, that's kind of like the very neat feature about ACC. That's, you know, the cockpits are very detailed. And a bunch of, like, the relatively neat systems, like how the clutch works in some of the cars is relatively well represented in ACC. Oh, hey, G-Fox. You haven't showed up here before. I'm getting here sort of a full house here tonight. But yeah, it's quite cool with ACC, that level of detail, as I mentioned back then as well. God, I'm driving awful. Luckily it's the outlap. Hey, we gained another driver. Oh no, it's fucking Ventus. And he's still driving an Aston. Fuck. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. I've been before age restricted for less. Well, that was a joke! No, that's not a joke! I genuinely drive in Fire Eyes! I just lifted off, that wasn't quite clever. Also, I wiggle my toes subconsciously, occasionally. I think usually. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people drive in socks, but like, you know, to use fucking hell, Jesus. Do we have anyone around? Nope. Good. But yeah, a lot of people drive in socks. I think that I was recently on race department, well, overtake. I will continue trolling at race department the same way I call X-Twitter still. But there was a quiz, it's like survey or something displayed on the side of like, what do you use to drive? And it's like, most people drive in socks. Like, it was like 30-40%? Like 15-20% drive with shoes, and like the next, like I think it was like 40% drive with socks, like 25% drive with like barefoot, and then like shoes is the next one. And I think there was like another option as well that I'm forgetting right now. But yeah, shoes is like the least popular fucking option, and it makes sort of sense because, like, you know, you need to acquire sort of driving shoes, but also like a lot of the like entry level, well, pedal options, you sort of overcome the springs already easily enough with just bare feet, so you lose a lot of detail in your inputs if you drive with shoes. Besides that, you know, you do acquire shoes. I think if you look at a similar survey of like who drives with gloves, that's also probably not the most popular thing to do. I do, using bicycle gloves, but like, it's because the steering wheel. You would hurt your foot driving with socks. It would amaze you like me driving like 24 hours straight. It just sucks. How was the last race from my perspective? Okay. I made too many mistakes to win it, so... And I hadn't practiced, so like that didn't help either. The pace was alright, but like well, at least in the beginning of the first stint, the car didn't quite want to pace anymore. The undercut didn't quite work as I wanted to. And second stint I didn't push it really anymore just to avoid running into issues. Star kit for racing with a G29. I don't even know what an Alpine star kit is, but sure. Also, I've just set like my fastest time while not even focusing properly. Man, removing a bit of fuel out of the tank does help occasionally. But again, we still have Ventus on the fucking server. And I still have no clue why my brakes are particularly bad here. I'm all over the place. Spent only 150 bucks. I thought I spent a lot of gloves. I think I spent like 40. 45, something like that. At a local store. Because the ancient one was like, you're spending so much money online. I was like, okay, you know, but I need sort of gloves because I didn't check before that the T300 open wheeler rim has this Alcantara-like material. Like, I think it's a good idea to get gloves to drive with that. So I'm like, where can I get gloves? Ah! There is a store. It's a bit of a weird place to have a bicycle store, but sure, we're gonna fucking try that. They weren't cheap, as I said, like I think 35 or 40 bucks, but like... they exist, I guess. Oh yeah, there was the moment in the race where I spooked you, passing under, lapping you under yellow, and then I passed Mentrix the following lap. And both times I was like, oh, you both, like, just didn't just drop in behind me to make the apex. Instead ran the high line nearly into the car, especially Mentrix, and like, nearly cleaned Reyna standing there still off. And the admins just like had a fucking heart attack from the second one, apparently, and just decided to just get rid of her. Yeah, Vendors just moved the fucking goalpost by like a full second down the road. How? Just fucking how? I'm like, hey, I'm getting 210s, maybe, and then just him like, fuck you, 1.5 seconds. Yeah, that bullshit Aston is something to drive up against. I mean, heck, even if he's driving a Porsche, it's still bullshit. Space passing you. Yeah, I mean, I passed you into the outer loop there. It's like, it's relatively easy with the pace difference to drop behind. But yeah, what I also noticed, briefly went a bit through your board, and it's like, could you like talk at all while you're driving? You're still streaming. Like, just something. Like, you don't have to talk quite as much as I'm doing right now, but like, just occasionally. If at least every 2 laps a bit. Like, not at all, it just gets... It's just a tad weird. Because you clearly have emotions and you can let them talk. Well, I'm getting balled by 1.5 seconds, and like, I don't know where I'm supposed to get that time. It's the Aston driver again. If the Techno Burst guys were a bit faster, I would genuinely dread fighting them. Also, I have still a lap worth of fuel despite the alarm fuel being displayed. So we're gonna run another lap here and then return to pits. But yeah, the Aston is genuinely like my rivalry car. Because it's just pain that you're to fight with a Porsche. Ah, oh, fucking hell, the curb. I can't fly over the sausage quite the way I want to. Because in a lot of cars you can just use the ramping of the curb there to just fly your inside wheel over the sausage so you don't hit it. But I touch it, unfortunately. It upsets the car, obviously. But still, I'm fighting here for like a 10th or 2. When I need to find a second somewhere. And that's the cut. That was too much. Egghead after this? What do you mean? Yeah, it's fine to do not much talking. It's another thing to not talk at all. That's my point. He doesn't talk a single word. Doesn't even make grunts or anything. It's like, it's at that point it just gets a bit weird to watch. It's like, okay, I understand if you don't interact with your chat. I understand if you don't have even chat to interact with, to talk with. Or that you don't give particularly great commentary or coherent sentences, but like nothing. Occasionally you hear shift the paddle, and that's basically the entire summary. Yeah, that gets a bit weird fast. Some people occasionally would also benefit from talking about what is happening. To jump. 2 laps of nords. True. I mean, this track, like, doesn't have, similar to Suzuka, doesn't have many opportunities for you to just, like, take a fucking... He's moved the fucking goalpost another 2/10s down the road, like, for fuck's sakes. This is the sort of issue I have with Ventus. Like, I mean, heck, even when he was in Suzuka driving the same car as me, I had nothing really against him in terms of pace. You had to fight over the chat, but like I said, like, try talking a bit at least. It helps occasionally. Because I do look through VODs to see like what people think about things happening. And it's just weird to see nothing. It is still interesting, like, what Mentrix's reaction was to, like, nearly running into Reina, because he didn't have an issue with me lapping him in on the roof, under a yellow flag, but, like, was more angry with himself with just not paying attention and nearly running up. Like, man, aiming for the next race, I think Bathurst is gonna... Let's do it. 10 hours of training, boy. I will say this, I'm planning to do something on next weekend off, and it's like... I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? But the thing is, that is like 2 8-hour streams. And for like 7 of each. So about 14 hours in the middle of these is like nothing basically happening. So that's fun to figure out. Also, the fact that I'm like gonna spend like nearly 16 hours doing basically nothing is gonna be also funny. Yeah, I saw that that message. I haven't been able to right now in the flow of commentary able to comment on that, but yes, I did see that you've retired with V-Track for now, which was sort of expected after the disastrous season you had last year. Not last year. The last season that you had, and like this season beginning basically the same way. Although you did have, I think, a relatively good race actually in Suzuka, but like you obviously had about as much luck as I had in Silverstone. And then, well, you did get the same effectively then in Watkins Glen, and again, I don't know, you were able to pace with me quite well in the second half of the race. But then again, I was driving with 16 seconds of damage and had like nothing to win at that point anymore. Because I'm not catching Miata in front, and I'm outrunning already our friend behind. My bigger concern at that point was just, will my tires fall off the cliff again? And the answer was no. Lucky. This time I didn't get a weird curb bounce there. It's neat. Yeah, I did see that. I need to look at that from your VOD, because I did look at it from, you know, the replay, and it's like, as far as I could see, what happened is that if it would have been me, I would have seen the cars coming because of VR's wider field of view. I can see out of the side mirror, side window, but like, you would have probably not seen the car because it would have been obstructed by your A-pillar, and you also looking towards the left, to the right, where you're trying to rejoin, to make sure you actually stay on the circuit very clear. Man, I just lost 2 tenths. That's what caught you out there. I mean, we can always argue, like, oh, you should have looked at the relative. It's like, yeah, but, like, who hasn't been there, not done it? What I find impressive with the entire situation is how Mentrix dodged the entire accident. Because he just about avoided you. It somehow still held the entire slide he got into trying to dodge that. It's quite interesting to watch. Boy, the Porsche is not providing me much more speed at this point. I'm again hit my skill ceiling. Not much I can do. It's like 1.2 seconds is fucking mental. But I can't do anything about it. I'm still not sure, like, you need to take one of these 2 curbs. But like, if you avoid the second one, you lose too much, like, just momentum driving around it, but if you hit it, it also just fucking sends your car into low Earth orbit. It's weird. Should be focusing a bit more on driving than talking so much, but like... Yeah. It's also just the camera usually being a bit more forward. I mean, heck, I have a larger field of view myself than actually shown on stream, so that's something. Oh, fuck. And that's all momentum killed there as well. Yeah, it was nearly 2 tenths up there, and it's just got wiped out again. That's about as far as you can get away without getting track limits on that corner. Ah! And I only need like 3 tenths or so for 2 positions. I have 2 laps worth of fuel remaining at this point. Well, the track limit violation wasn't the issue there. The lap was dead before I ran off the track. The issue was more, I had already, the curb hit was too bad. Oh, way too wide there. Killed all momentum because the car ran wide on exit. No gains. I had 210s here last time. Lifted out, 110 down. Fucking hell. This has just been disastrous. Car's loose on the brakes a bit. But also like has massive issues just stopping. I don't get it. It's just not working properly. I did jokingly say earlier, like, oh, a lap guide would perhaps help me figure out which curb I need to take on this stupid corner. Hey, I could have attacked the curb a tad bit more, but you can see, immediately 10th down. Not the didn't have the momentum out of the corner that I needed. I can have enough fuel to do another lap. And that's basically my last lap at that point. So I need to nail that in. Two tenths down. And for fuck's sake, he's moved even the goalpost further. It's like I'm not. Like I'm just barely fucking avoiding. Oh, again, white. It just fucking doesn't want to work. Oh god, fuck. That's it. It's done. I could perhaps try. Come on. Drive. Let's see, can we get fast enough out? 2 minutes right now still. We need 1 minute 40 for an outlap. Fucking hell, he moves it even further! Like, how am I supposed to compete against this? This is bullshit. .4 seconds! I mean, this is probably what we're looking at for Bathurst and for against the Chinese, because I mean, I was vaguely there in Watkins Glen. Yeah. It's the only thing that's left here, basically. I mean, the field spread is relatively tight. I'm sitting at 4th instead of 3rd up. Right, I have one shot qualifying at this point. The car wants to comply with me. Thing is, I have at least like 2 tenths in there that I should be able to compose together. Heights. Made already a lewd joke earlier. Right. Ooh, that was still close. 7 seconds roughly on the line. I have about 3 minutes of overtime, so that's more than enough. Right, half decent run this time around for the first corner. Missed the apex there. Late on the throttle. No gains anymore. Wiped out again. Fucking hell. I don't know how that wasn't track limits. Why? Slight mid Aquaminerali. Still, no gains, nothing. Not finding anything. Ah, got a fucking bounce, and that's 2/10 out, wiped out. I'm not sure I can find 2/10 in the last two corners. I don't think they're there. I don't like. Although, hey, there were 2/10 in the final corner, except that's only to get me fucking zeroed again. The universe hates me. The universe genuinely fucking hates me. It just didn't want that to happen. Are you looking for my sanity? Boy, I was monologuing to myself when I started stream still, so like... Yeah, I had lost my sanity before this. This is not improving the situation. Because I still skill issue too hard. I'm still too slow. Yes, it is rich trading out for me, but like it's... You know, I'm not winning. Not even close. 1.5 fucking seconds. Last season I at least was under a second still. Usually. And only Jones at most in front of me. Now fucking Foreman is in front of me? Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, the track is greasy, but doesn't seem like there's any more rain in here. Well, that's gonna be interesting. We have one mandatory pit stop for refueling, but with fixed time refueling. Hopefully. So, with fixed time refueling, we will... good luck, have fun. Yeah. See you around then. I mean, maybe you return like Jordan. Although, you know, Jordan isn't really doing V-Track either anymore. Like, I mean, him threatening like, oh, I'm gonna leave, and then like runs the next race anyway. But like, that was a year ago. Now he's genuinely retired. Sort of. Yeah, what am I gonna do about this? Okay, the track, it stopped raining even before we started rolling here. The track is still greasy, but this was kind of just clean off easily. I'm gonna just not do anything on setup. But yeah, Foreman, like, has been nowhere over the last few races, and like, he's in front of me. Fucking hell, I'm skill issuing hard. See you after my surgery. Okay. Good luck with that then. The only thing I can't complain about is my health. Because that's doing relatively well. The worst thing my body does to me is like randomly throw migraines my way if I don't drink 15 liters per day. It did that today. Because I didn't drink enough yesterday. I don't have a headache anymore, because I slept in the morning. But yeah, it does that randomly a bit, but like, that's the worst thing I have.
30 seconds.
And I hear stories of everyone else, and it's like, man, I have it pretty good. That's not too bad. It still slugs, sort of, but like, could be worse. Got some migraine. It's like, no. Oh. Okay, sure. They're starting out of the pits. No, my body will doesn't need much to throw migraines my way. Genuinely. It's Although it was more of like actually a headache in that case, but like I've genuinely gotten some pretty nasty migraines from just not drinking enough. I think I drank like a liter yesterday. That's by not doing too much physical. That's why like I make a point of like having a glass of water always on my desk, having always some sort of water bottle close to me, and I didn't quite do that yesterday. Caught me out.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs. Green light, give it all you can. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, fucking hell. Jesus, he's slow.
Car on the left.
I don't know if he put wet tires on or something.
Clear on the left.
I don't see much because of all the acid in front of me.
Car on the right.
Fucking hell, he's not giving much room either. Getting probed into Aqua Minerali there as well. It's gonna be fun figuring out the straight now because I'm sort of a sitting duck after all here. Or you can just massive cut this thing and then it works. That's the secret. You need to just fucking... although I did get actually tracking limits. Not a warning, but like... advisory for it. Validation for it. Right, let's see if at least Lexus got a slider at the last corner. Look, I'm afraid of bumping at that point. Like, that's just... It's very easy to hit that at that point. Just spook him a bit. He somehow just gets a fucking second win there because he was completely out of it. And then suddenly his car just fucking sped up again. Thing is, we definitely have to wait till the track goes from greasy to... oh, the track is already green. Then we can already take... oh, come on! Piece of fucking shit car! I'm sitting like against the fucking Lexus. Like, genuinely, this would have not happened if the car just fucking took the stupid chicane well. Right, 7/10 back. Let's see, half a second to the Lexus. Well, in iRental you die if you get like 5 degrees of slip angle, so like, nah. You don't get sent over the curbs. Which is also very dependent on car, because fuck can you hit even the more aggressive lines through these sections with like something like a GT4. It for some reason this car doesn't like them. It's not quite as bad as the... some other cars, but like... not really. No, I see it fucking constantly how that game's fucking physics are bullshit. I see it so constantly. Alright, let's see. Can we finally figure out how to take this stupid fucking chicane already? Turned way too much there just to get... I do believe that iRental at this point has gotten to the point where you can slide the cars there more than in R-Factor 2, and it's kind of hilarious. Because back in the day, R-Factor 2, you could throw the LMP2 around like it's almost no tomorrow, but like... I drove it a year ago, 1.5 years ago at this point. Last time it's... well... It killed you instantly if you had like nothing in terms of slip angle. It wasn't even funny anymore. It's genuinely awful to drive, and as far as I've heard about LMU, it's basically more of the same. Cars drive like shit. If you don't drive them perfectly in the envelope, they will just murder you instantly. And it's sad because R-Factor 2 has done in the past better on that, and it's like they slowly ruined one car after the other. It's a bit silly stuff that we're doing here. Well, it's mostly my fault. 12 years or something? that is a different problem. That is actually related to everything R-Factor 2 has always done wrong. All the problems R-Factor 2 is like one of the things I actually quit over, the things where I tried returning over, where the game was actually worse somehow than before, is the physics, as I said. They ruined that even. I only think they sort of fixes the graphics. The game looks better. R-Factor 2 is actually playable in terms of its graphics. When I started back when the X9 was still the only option. Oh, there's rain in 30 minutes. Heavy rain in 30 minutes. And the problem is... well, actually, I have 31 minutes worth of fuel in the car. If my fuel calculator is correct, which it should be at this point, we've turned enough laps. Okay, he's wide. That's my chance. That's my chance. Easy. Although Cam's also got by him. And he's right behind me coming onto the straight. Okay, it's done. I'm not leading anymore. I already know that because 3.5 tenths is not enough for me to defend with. The Porsche is not fast enough. Can try sending him around the long way, but that's about it. Yeah, that was about enough to pull that off. To hold on for another lap. It's just, that's sort of the thing with the Porsche. It burns tires and it can't defend. Why do I do these things to myself? Just in terms of what? I haven't followed the conversation, I don't know. I'm sort of busy a bit here. Stupid and I and ACC. Oh yeah! Yeah, we can definitely agree on that. Like, genuinely, you cannot get any higher rating than about... safety rating than about 70 out of the AI, because the AI will just fucking crash into you. No, I think the Alpha Factor 2 AI is better than ACC's. You can at least with Alpha Factor 2 multi-class on a Nordschleife. That actually works. The AI can do that. ACC's, however, has no chance at all. It will fucking die. It gets just stuck behind traffic and it cannot pass. And here comes now with the overspeed. But yeah, the threshold is about 4/10 here. That I need to hold. Granted, then again, I haven't really done much with the Alpha Factor 2 AI. But the ACC does wonky things. Like, as I said, it gets stuck behind traffic if you do multi-class, so you can't really do multi-class with the AI. It can't figure that out. It does also very much crash into you. It's very prone to doing that as well. Then again, also the Alpha 2 AI can also do wonky stuff, like it had notoriously issues when drafting and like generally on super speedways it would just lift off because it got to the rev limiter, so it would lift off. Yeah, I did funny stuff like that, which just... Oh, he ate too much gravel there, that's good. The GT3 drivers cry? No, I love this track. I genuinely love this track. It's just, the straight is a bit long for my Porsche. And I'm running 12 wing as well, compared to, compared to the other race, compared to Watkins Glen, where also in Watkins Glen I didn't have to fight such top speed heavy cars like a Lexus or an Aston. Watkins Glen I had an M4 and an N6, which neither of them are that great in a straight line. The M4 is pretty good, but the N6 is genuinely actually not that good. Like, the Porsche has actually a fighting chance against the N6. I mean, there's an old video on my channel, at this point old. I think it's from 2021? Something like that. And it's an actual video of me driving an R Factor 2 around this track, the LMP2. Was a pole time in the VEC, Virtual Endurance Championship. Although it wasn't diff 3, so it would have gotten me, like, even in diff 1 would have gotten me like 7th place or something, which is like also quite good. We did actually finish out the season in Div 1, so... Well, I did actually switch cars before that, because I swapped from one entry in the team to the other one. And formed a sort of super team with them. Quality performance here in Imola, and then Suzuka where my performance, where I wasn't really fast, but like I did the triple stint on the tires, which ensured the victory. But yeah, I've broken LMP2 around the circuit is genuinely fun. The only issue, as I said earlier, is like R-Factor 2 has destroyed the physics on the LMP2, and the GTEs had already been destroyed at that point. I still suck at this chicane. Like I think I'm losing like at least half a second or so, like in the chicane alone. I mean, he made up half a second roughly in the chicane. It's also funny how much I gap him for the last 2 corners. There's like... I really love how this track flows. At that point. I mean, at least I'm fighting him with German engineering at the same time. How's the weather doing? We still have to wait a bit before the rain starts. Well, we're getting hunted around by camps again. Sort of a repeat from Silverstone. I'm saying Silverstone in Sudo last week, not Silverstone 2 weeks ago in V-Track. A slightly different story. Will be interesting when we hit the rain. Because, you know, Porsche usually does pretty well in those conditions. He just has some corners that he's closing up so much on me, and then others like where I just utterly demolish him. Oh, I got a lucky bounce there. Car didn't fucking completely obliterate itself over the curb. I just don't get it. I can't figure out the line there. It's the genuine point where I would have needed a lap guide. And didn't. The one time a lap guide actually would help. For just figuring out how to run this stupid curb. Oh hey, oh, that's the other Jones, not okay. Can't figure out which Jones, how close the others are. Ooh, fucking hell. It just didn't turn there for some reason. Sort of the Porsche problem of like, the steering wheel becomes a digestion at a certain point. He likes the chicane, it's just... Yeah, I mean, it's alright if you could figure it out. Oh, I broke too early there. You can tell by the fact that the Lexus just massively closed in immediately on. That's a bit wide. Will we get track limits? So far not. Seems to not be. So the pit starters are now 9 seconds behind me. Boy. And we have how much of the race remaining? 41 minutes. Yay! Considering how long this pit lane is. He's closing in a lot again.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That's a bit of an aggressive chop there for me. Should have paid more attention how close he was at the start of the straight, because I wasn't really expecting him this time. Okay, I can take this corner better if I cut it a bit more. What happened to what blue car? You mean the ass that I was chasing around the track? Well, he ran off at Aqua. Like here. He ran wide in the second part there. And us two just swamped by him. Problem is now we are, you know, sort of stuck fighting with each other. Okay, he overcooked the chicane completely there. That gives me a bit of breathing room for a moment. Okay. Guarantee he's back in like 3 laps or so. But 3 laps are still 3 laps, that's still something. Still waiting for the rain to take it into the 10-minute box. There's still heavy rain predicted in 30 minutes, which means 10 minutes before the end of the race. Hello car, would you kindly not murder me? Thank you. Don't answer chat while doing Aqua in a rally, it's scary. No, that's a Porsche thing. I mean, the car would have murdered me either way. It doesn't care if I'm reading chat or not. Well, I wasn't reading, I'd already read, I was answering still. But yeah, I don't like the fact that my tires are deciding to, now is the time to go. To be like, adios. And that's sort of just Porsche moments then. That's what I was mentioning earlier with iRaces. Like, I don't think I can hold such slides in iRental. If your tires go like that, you're just dead. Well, the ACC is like, well, a bit more of a challenge. I think Camp's tires are also dead. Which is at least, you know, something. I think we both shredded our tires basically fighting with each other. Problem is, in the meantime, you know, Jones is running 42.0, so yeah, we're only losing a second there per lap, if it's a good lap. Likely more. And he's only like 8 seconds behind, so that's not good. Brakes, please. What, watching with the tactic with each other. I don't remember when that happened. I don't actually remember that one. I mean, I do remember having actually forgotten to turn the chat on. I do remember that. That has happened before. To get the stream chat in. I'm thinking I was genuinely lonely when like people were there, as I think that hadn't happened. Oh, Vinters and Jones had decided to pit, that's why. The issue is, though, Jones, that it's too early. The rain will come in and will actually... Yeah, okay, the rain is even flattening out towards the end of the race. So there will be a relatively brief shower, but still I think like 20 minutes or so nearly. Of rain shower. We're still waiting for it to tick into the 10-minute box. At this point. It should be, because when I first saw it, it was still wait, where's my Lexus gone? Oh, Camps had also decided to pit now. I mean, we are at 35 minutes, so like... It doesn't... Yeah, now it's in the 10-minute box, but the rain will stop before the end of the race. But I don't think it will dry off enough. Right, 10 minutes. Full rain, we have 13 minutes roughly of fuel remaining. But I think, unfortunately, Ventus behind us is likely going as long as I am. And he's just unrelentingly fast, like he's probably running 40 once. Because of course the Aston is running whatever the fuck he wants to. I can't easily play with him. Because I cannot... Yeah, 10 minutes to even heavy rain at this point. So the rain will very quickly ramp up once it comes in. Yeah, 34 liters is my fuel calculator predicting right now. Can probably fuel for 34, but like, doesn't matter. We will take 40. We don't gain anything from short fueling here. That's not good of a line. Like the tire pressures here that it gives me per default. So that should work a bit better. Tire pressures. No damage even to repair. That's interesting. Ventus is now at fucking 6 seconds behind. Foreman is coming in. At least just Ventus and me out. Towards the storm. And he will catch me in like 5 laps. Which is likely before the rain hits. Question is, will you run out of fuel before that? Track is definitely rubbered in now. A bit at least. Despite my tires being worn, I'm setting faster and faster, keeping up with my own time, so... Problem is yeah, I think he has like genuinely the half a second he gets out of the chicane that I think that should be in there for me, but just isn't wanting to come out of it. At least I can, I guess, fight for a second place here, because... well, no one besides us two is gonna have any shot at winning this thing. Well, K. Jones technically and Kiss also are on the same pit cycle as us still. But they're like 36 and 35 seconds behind, so... they're not really factors already anyway. But yeah, the brake's not working quite as well as I would like. And other things are just... slowly getting towards me. And yeah, he doesn't seem to be pitting right now. So he must have like as much fuel as I have. Which means genuinely he's on the same strategy, which means I'm fucked. Because he's not gonna go any slower in the rain. This guy can genuinely just win out of the freaking pit lane. Like, nothing just matters. I just cannot do anything about him. There's so much more pace in him. Also, you know, having freaking Aston helps a lot. Because you can't defend against it. Because there's so much straight line speed, it's just useless. Because yeah, at this point he can just technically pit if he needs to. Is he coming in? I think I can still see him behind me. I mean, he's not slowed down on the relative, so... still took a second out of me there. I can do whatever I throw the car as much into corners as I want to, it's just not enough. This is not the grip that he has. Plus the straight line speed that his car has. Had a few tenths there, but like... I just didn't want to stick. Yeah, he just takes 4 tenths out of me in the chicane alone. This car just lays there better, I guarantee. Should have perhaps gone with the Aston. If I had randomly drawn the Porsche when I tried the 6 different cars as the last car, I might have done even the Aston, in fact. Oh, he's in actually. But he might just already go into wet ice. Because, you know, it's close enough technically. Alright, the rain will start any moment from now. Like, he might have to drive a lap on dry track here before the rain starts. Although it will definitely cost him a lot of time driving on a wet tire on the dry track. Because the wet tire is so goddamn slow. But he's still not out of the pit lane yet. I thought for a second there were raindrops already, but no. He's still in the pit lane. Man, how long is he spending in the pit lane there? Now he's out. I know the pit lane is long on the circuit, but is it this long? I mean, yeah, Jones is... Oh yeah, and the rain immediately starts as soon as he fucking exits. And yeah, oh right, my windscreen wiper doesn't work. Right, I forgot that my fucking wiper mapping isn't working. So I have to now do a lap on a mostly dry track. So heavy rain already engaged at this point. Well, let's come into the pits. Get the wet tires on. Come on, brakes. Jesus. These brakes, they're fucking annoying because they do not want to work. I can just hear them buzzing, like they're clearly getting too hot, but like it's fucking 16 degrees outside. And I'm running free as the configuration. So like, why are they cooking? At that point. They sure as hell have enough. Oh, I probably undershot this one. Oh, nah, that was perfect. Just right. The scoring is struggling right now. Figuring out who's where. Come on. Stall the wheel. Let me off. Yeah, I'm still confused. Ventus is still like 30 seconds behind here. Did he wait for Jones so he can race Jones? 20 seconds? I mean, it's gonna come down here a bit. Though it goes back up actually even as I exit. Wet tires now. And boy, the track is wet immediately here. Yeah. 16 seconds now. Don't know what quite happened there in the pit stop because he lost like 10 seconds. That is if he, you know, changed tires, which I assume. Maybe he waited a bit longer so, like, you know, the rain would start before he drives out on the track. Don't get that because... yeah, sure, your tires are gonna get warm, but like... my Porsche is not liking these conditions too much. It is handling a bit of a handful here. But yeah, I messed up. I don't know if Beetle is still here at this point. I feel like in some ways... Oh, yeah, Ventus is actually on Rice. Are you actually fucking retarded? Like, he would have had it perfect to go onto wets, but like, nah. He didn't. Although he is vaguely keeping up with me. Like, he's 17 seconds behind. He's not losing too much ground. I don't think it's gonna dry off before the end though, so like... Oh boy! I don't know how he's gonna take that section here. Still, he's not losing that much for being on dry tires in these conditions. Like, this is sketch with wets. But then again, I have driven on a flooded track at Laguna Seca with the NSX. But then also, the NSX is kind of like a real killer machine in, like, just wet conditions. In my opinion. It's like, the Porsche is great because you get the weight gets down on the rear and you just go. But the NSX, for some reason, is really good as well in wet conditions. What isn't helping me is my habit of touching curbs in braking zones. We live in a society, truly. But also classic. It's like I expected everybody to be screwed over here completely by my competition, and it's just suddenly I'm the one who prevails because I decide to just have just enough fuel to make it long enough to do this. I mean, I didn't take that much excessive amounts of extra fuel. I didn't split it 50-50, I just took 62 at the start there. I'm definitely under pressure even now, because I took relatively low pressures onto my tires. The pace is still degrading right now. But yeah, I think the reason Ventus took dries is because, you know, he started with Darren back in the pits, so the two ended up running the same strat, even though Tom ran a bit longer, so oh fuck. That's not quite the line you take for this corner. Yeah, Darren is now actually behind me. And Tom is in the pits. Okay, that suggests... The thing is, Darren is also driving on dry, so... Maybe Tom lost it and crashed, that's why he's in the pits. Photosynthesis of the color blue. I need a bit more context to this question. This is just you thinking of nonsense, or is there genuinely some sort of funny scientific quirk behind that? Because what's part of the cell does again all the like photosynthesis? Because whatever does the photosynthesis is actually green. I know that. Oh, there's Tom. Hello, Tom. Still Dow? Don't know what you're trying to get at. That. He has really good brakes still. It's something that keeps getting me. His car can just fucking brake on a dime, but like mine just takes ages to slow down.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Aston's quite painful, that's like... At least in his hands. I mean, I guarantee everybody else driving the Porsche can outbrake me again. It's just something that doesn't really make sense. Why everybody has such better braking performance on their cars. Objects in the mirror may appear further away than they actually are. Objects in my fucking mirror! Pizza or cookie dough. I get dill, it's like also some weird thing. I mean, he's gonna just slingshot past me because... But God knows why his car has so much fucking grip compared to mine. Like, I just have no grip anymore, this is it. Like, the car will just not give more than what I'm doing already. Wait, there's Radeon. You've been gone more for the 8 minutes. I didn't mention it a few times before the raid came. Been mentioning for like half an hour. That is rain inbound. Leading, by the way, in case the leaderboard has again gobbled itself up. He's in P3, despite being lapped. Tells a bit about, you know... Well, P3 unlapped itself from me. He didn't actually take... He pitted like 2 laps before me. So he would have come out just as the rain started. Well, he did just as the rain started to come out of the pits. Issue being, he didn't take wet tires. Because God knows why. Because it was very obvious that the rain was coming. What I don't get is, like, he has so much more grip on his wets than mine. Maybe it's because I'm an entire PSI under pressure at this point, but, like, mine are just not biting. They're just not giving way. Brakes? That's sort of also the thing. I don't get it why my brakes aren't working properly. Step on the brake pedal, it's just nothing. Occasionally. I need to drive slower. Genuinely, I cannot follow him. If I try, my car will just slide off the circuit. My car does not have his grip. Just isn't the case. Coming towards also the end of the rain here. Last 5 minutes or so will be no rain again, but like... Then again, like, it's... Yeah, he lapped a 49.4. It's just like, what? 1.5 seconds, well. I mean, that was what I was behind qualifying, so like, what is the surprise there? Darren, the only other person on the lead lap, including P3, with Tom in front of me. Well, he's trying to brave it on dry tires, and he's doing pretty well. He's only 68 seconds behind me. He will probably keep P2 even. This is McLaren. Gains the 7/10 on my own time. He does the same on his. Continues the funny thing of like being 1.5 seconds faster than me. Brakes, 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 please. Nope. Okay. Oh god, an art museum. Oh. You're saying bullshit again. I see. No, I'm still not swimming across the Atlantic. And also like... God, ew, art museum. MLB is what? Sure. Well, he actually didn't improve his lap time for once. Still lost a second to him. Well, the thing is, Darren is not actually that far ahead of us at this point. Well, he's still like 20 seconds ahead of him. Fantastic. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna catch him before the end of the race. Drive a Porsche with wet tires. I wouldn't do that. You don't know if I lose control, then slam into Manhattan. Still funny. Drift. Now I'm doing the spin blade thing from Redline. Just pop a nitro and just skip like a stone across the water. God, that's such a silly scene. Tires are finally getting back up to pressure because the track is slightly drying off. You can also turn the windscreen wiper off if I had actually mapped. I don't know why it unmapped itself, but it did. So I have to go through the electronics page to do that. I don't know what you're talking about now. Aqua minerals. It's actually water now.
Just talked to the last lab with Lichten. Stay focused.
Well, the guys in front of me sort of have 2 laps to go. That's sort of enough right now for Tom to actually close Darren back in. The thing that I'm asking myself is who would I actually prefer to, you know, get second place, but then again... Actually, I would prefer Darren, because... Because Tom has the fastest lap, which means if he finishes second, he gets the same amount of points as I do.
Yellow flag, be careful.
And, Darren has lost it.
There's a slope car up ahead.
Like, they didn't even get into a fight, it's just Darren lost it immediately. Oh hey Darren, how are you doing?
On the left. Clear on the left.
That's not quite how you drove this section either. Right, so we got 3rd place to get lapped. Yeah, 2 great minds think alike. Oh, now I fucking get it. You said aqua minerali, and I was like, aqua minerals? Like, what, like... Minerali didn't make much sense. Now I got it. Now I understand the joke.
B1 water race. Well done. Well managed. Bring it back.
But yeah, another episode in, how the fuck did I win this one? This time around, dedicated towards the 2 fastest guys deciding to start from the pits and not take wet tires. Pitting before the rain starts. Yeah, both of these actions did not particularly help them. That's not water, it's milky. But yeah, the car was very floaty on the wet tires here. Didn't like how it drove. That just didn't feel right. It was quite nice and damp, this car. On the dry tires, but like in the wet tires didn't quite impress me. So Kiss one of the last finishers, yeah. 4-man in P7, like, boy. Wet tires are for pussies. Nah, you weren't driving on slicks, Tom. Come on. You can bullshit your mother. It's like, I won't believe you not, you're not cheating before you fucking claim your driver got slicks there. Yeah, yeah.
Go, go, go.
Like, no, we did have like 15 minutes of rain or so. I can grab you on the replay. I will give you I will give you the video proof in the replay. So, alright, the race started, it had stopped raining before the race started. The track was still greasy though. So that happens, and then just over halfway. Where's the rain gonna hit here? Somewhere here it starts, I think. Oh no, actually it did start when I was going down the straight here. What is it? Does it start the next lap? Oh, it starts the next lap. No. Okay. Is it on the side? Just here, just there, it started raining. I mean, if I rewind the replay bit, but like here at like 38 minutes into the replay, which is, you know, the race started a bit into the replay here. Got rain, and then the rain lasted still raining here. Okay, the rain stopped some point here. Okay, so it's still raining here at 58 minutes, so 20 minutes or so of rain. Yes, it is OG, son. That is written on the back of the car. Among other funny things that are written on this car. Yeah, it's been on the car for a while now. It's been... Gosh, how long have I been racing this livery? Since V-Track Season 2 this year, so... I don't know when that started. 4 months ago? 5 months ago, something like that? May or June, something like that? Been racing this livery. And yeah, 20 minutes or so of rain, right? Let's briefly see here, so start here. Ah, yes, indeed. The thing is, this livery in most part is a teaser for what I was actually gonna make in terms of a livery, and I have still not made it. Me and my fucking interim liveries, it's something. Because yeah, there's other funny things on this livery that looks more like a tofu shop livery, but like isn't quite that. Yeah, that's because the thing is to just to get the free cam. I would have to do other funny things. Although we can just, you know, use the track cam actually. Oh god, that's fun. Hello. I mean, you can sort of see what is on the real wing. Half. I think part of my problem is that my brakes were genuinely overheating in the braking zones, which wasn't helping me. Problem is, as a VR user, the you know, the trackside cameras are kind of shit. Like, you're placed here, like left for here for like half an hour, And, like, you could barely see the cars over there. When you're in desktop mode, it switches the cameras much more aggressively. Also, like, you sometimes just standing in the middle of the track, which is also fun. Like, occasionally you're like, ah, no, this is a reasonable spot, right? There's the cars coming from. Right, but here you're also, like, just standing a bit nowhere. Sexist car. For the DLC for Race Room, isn't there a bundle for that? So there's like what, 100, 100, 200 bucks, something like that for Race Room. It's not stupid. Well, I mean it's pretty expensive, but like compared to iRental, it's not like too terrible. $40, I think. I guess I'm thinking about the sale price when it's on sale. Also, there's the entire thing that you can buy it cheaper if you convert it into the V-Bucks currency. And I'm not even sure if they still have that option. To get V-Bucks. Yep. Yep. That's iRental for you. That's why I call it like a large part iRental. I'm sure someone else has also come up with the idea of calling it iRental. Because I do hear it occasionally called by other people as well. But like, I think in terms of the track people, I'm probably one that like mainly introduced the term around there. I hadn't heard it from anybody else before, at least as far as I remember. Well, it's possible to be wrong with that. Right, where's when I actually fight him? Because there's a brief moment when I think here it's probably. Yeah, I shove him here briefly. And he doesn't have much of a launch, and then I just run to the back of him and then run into his door again. And then just let him go. Because that had gotten just way too silly at that point. That was just way stupid. I think that number is quite outdated. I don't know where you got that number of like 2,500. To be complete content on it, there are people who have spent that much money on the SanDisk. Man. Although I had got recently into some other sim thing, which isn't sim racing, and it's like, I can tell you, iRacing is not that stupidly expensive when you see that one. The funny part is that some of the things that are being sold for like 30, 40, 50 bucks there is like not even that good quality at times. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I think 2,500 is too conservative of a number, but also that's why I, got the lead initially. That's when I took the lead and never looked back. Funny. I think this was his best attempt here. Ooh, nearly bumped him there. Very nice out braking there for me. And he wasn't really willing to challenge around the outside, even though this was his best attempt he was gonna get here. Because, you know, I have the entire straightaway to just move over. Could check here a bit on Ventus how he was taking the chicane, because I'm quite curious, because I know I took it wrong the entire time. The silly chicane. And I'm gonna briefly just watch it with our friend the Lexus. How that looks. Yeah, he just runs that curb and just nothing happens to his car. Mine would just bounce pretty badly if I tried anything like that. I can take the first curb, but the second curb would just send my car a bit. Just couldn't afford that. Well, he's sort of moved out of here to maybe fake an attack here, but like, he doesn't really have the braking. He then compromises his run through here, and you can just see how much better my car is through that section, kind of. Through this last corner, he was pretty good on me. And then again, slipstream here down the long straightaway. Lexus is closing in, closing in, closing in. He's early on the brakes though. Not wanting to go for the dive. Quite not nice that I later on chopped across him there. I don't remember when I quite did that. Lap. Not this one. Not this one either. Not this one either. He's just faking it at that point. Here it is. Yeah, that's not nice for me. I mean, I am ahead, but like... But yeah, he did bump the brake a bit more there. Just before the apex, just to make sure he stays behind. There is a decent amount of clearance, but it's not like, not nice. And he was fighting me this entire time pretty well. There's the other Porsche, and then here's Ventus, who we wanted to grab briefly for his curb riding here for this chicane, specifically. Yeah, he mounts the curb on the... He mounts the inside curb here a bit, right? And then he mounts a lot this one, and like, my car would just not do that. My Porsche would just fucking send itself. I mean, we can watch him here drive this. Does the same thing as Ventus here on the inside, but doesn't take much curb here on that one. And when we look at my line through the same corner here, let's see, did I have a bad run through there? I'll take this. Well, I did take about as much curb as Ventus there. Yeah, and it actually took it very flat there, indeed. Let's see, this is another lap here. Okay, that's a bit different, because that's where it bounced a bunch. I think I wasn't cutting it enough is the problem, actually. And that's a funny conclusion to come to. Yeah, that one is cut enough, and then I That's the line I for the most part drove. Just avoid the inside curb there like the plague. Don't fully run it. The thing is, I had also just gotten it sent completely when running the curb, so it's like, do we have an earlier lap where we run through the curb there? And send it a bit harder. Yeah, I'm not mounting it quite as much as Ventus was doing it there. I need to probably mount the curb a bit more. It is a fun conclusion to come to. Is like but then again, I would need to try to see if it's. Well, that's not a full speed take here. We're gonna see anyway what line I take. Well, that sort of worked, and like that was also a big mount. That was what I actually needed in terms of a mount. But then again, it was very slow for there. Let's see. What is the line through here? And full avoidance because I took mainly along first curb to avoid. That was in traffic. Interesting. And that was the first lap where I cut it a lot, way too much actually. That was counted as a cut. Didn't get track limits for it, but still, that wasn't good. Yeah, whenever I cut it like a lot, partial cut just doesn't work. You get the car unsettled, but like a full cut works. Really interesting stuff to figure out on the replay. But then again, how do you place the car to reliably full cut the corner? No clue. There's nothing that you can do to actually ensure that that happens. Right. Okay then. Right then. Wait. Wait, what? Man, when did I get that shipped? Hold on, let me briefly grab my email. Because I think I probably have a shipping confirmation email for that. Yeah, thank you for informing me there are emails in my... Oh yeah, I know that's a lemon. I'm pretty sure I got Miku before that. Yeah, it's lemon again. Actually, like I forgot that I had another one as well. There's Hatsune Miku delivered August 2nd. Yes, it has been. She's been there, but I think I've used her basically the entire time. And it's like I swap my plushies out occasionally that are positioned there. It's like I don't remember what I had previously positioned. Yeah, I mean, duh. that looks like wood is wood. Genuinely knock on wood. Including the wheel deck. Not the seat. The seat is a VW Golf seat, effectively. But yeah, that's... I do occasionally swap out. I don't remember what I had previously there. You can sort of vaguely see that there's, you know, another plushie sitting up there. There's a bunny. And there's most of the other plushies sitting there. So, yeah. I do still have More plushies. I didn't know wood rigs existed, actually. You built them yourself, that's the thing. This is a homegrown production that I started building. I have some... It's like... Haven't I shared, like, pictures of them before? I have to be sort of careful with this. Do not overshare, but like... I will briefly see what I can grab here in terms of pictures. This is mostly safe so far. I think taking a couple of the pictures out of the... Because I definitely have shared them on Twitter. It's definitely a thing that has happened before. Do I have them all on the couch at that point? Yeah, I think that's all of them on the couch at the same time. Or did I take a later picture as well with more? I mean, the pictures definitely predate August, it seems, as far as I can see. Right, let me just... oh, I forgot to fucking check which number it would be. Where do I have the image of all of them on the couch? God damn it. So, let's grab this one. Copy to desktop. And then we can put some of these in. Not this one. Definitely not that one. That's sort of risky. That's the wide angle shot. That wasn't what I wanted. Maybe if I can just grab the other one as well. Then... this is when I replaced my keyboards. Yeah, that should be all of it. I can show an old picture of my keyboard as well. Well, that also works. That's the other one. Where is actually the pictures? A few other angles of my setup. This here, 86. Let's grab that one. So. Now I think I have a selection of images I can share. Briefly ensure that we don't have any funny business of ending up on some other picture here that I don't want to show. Right, okay. We can screen share. We can screen share now. Without risking massive issues. Right, okay. So. Actually, we can just... Yeah, I YouTubed. I won actually, Frap. So, but like I was asked about my rig, so it my plushie. So like, you know, let's select briefly one of these. Yeah, here's another perspective. Like my rig here, you can see like the webcam is here. My steering wheel, yeah, it's taped up currently because it's starting to fall apart again. The rim. The rubber here, my laptop in the dock. With my desktop running at the moment, using both monitors as my headset, my VR headset. There's a couple new puppets, right? Nope, we don't want that. There's a bit more of a close-up of my desktop. It's not quite as empty right now because I have some documents laying there as well, but like, sure. This is my old keyboard. It sounded like hell. And, well, this is sort of the fake mechanical bullshit it did. So that's fun. It's my new keyboard that I'm using. And there's my keyboard that I actually use when I'm driving, like currently using right now. It's laying up there. My setup, here's my couch, that's about as full as it is right now. There's my car. That's the other image I have on my desktop, but this is like all of them, basically. All of what I have. I think there's like, the Miku's missing at that point, and one more is missing. And that's basically like all of them. Like, the fucking Takodachi is basically buried there. But I mean, there's over here another Takodachi. And I'm thinking of ordering a fucking another one. Another plushie. God damn it. But like, yeah, you can see there's a decent selection here. You sit on the couch, you have to organize them again. Nearly. It's nearly that bad. The thing is, I do remember when I had like only that row, the row at the top. Right, when I only had like these here, living on the couch, and like the others were mostly living in my bed. It's like, I don't have, as I said, this is not how full the bed usually, the couch usually is. Usually I have, as shown here, it's about this full. Like that's how full it is right now. Oh yeah, right. I do remember now who I had previously, which is this here. The SSRB, the ghost SSRB that was sitting previously in that slot. Although I had rotated it a bit. Here's the regular SSRB, one of my first. These two were my first like VTuber related plushies. Like got like the shark here at some point. I think this was my first. What is it? What is the shop again? What is it called? Oh god, Makeship. It's my first Makeship plushie. And then like most of them are Makeship. Right. There is technically there's one that is like soon arriving plushie. And then I have I'm thinking of ordering another Makeship plushie right now because Mume's plushie right now looks too good. And then I have oh yeah, I have orders outstanding for with Shondo. I've been waiting for the Shumo too long. That had to happen. And then there is the order standing out for Face Connect, because there's 3 of their stackable plushies that I ordered 1.5 years ago. But it's Face Connect, so it's fucking pain. And I don't know if I will ever get them. I am definitely hoping I will. No, it's a 75%. It's a 75% keyboard. It's not a 60%. It's a 75% that I'm using. Could I currently have my stuff back? Yeah, but yeah, that's a full-size keyboard next to a 75%. Because, you know, there's the function key still up there. Yeah. Which is, you know, a bit better for my disk. It's a bit less filling. Remove some of the clutter. But yeah, I'm using that one. No, that was just a comparison shot. My actual desk looks like this right now. This is this is the keyboard as it is laying in there. I do have my laptop close technically though. But yeah, there's my laptop obviously. which is actually also connected to my main monitor there, but I'm not using that one. But obviously I had to switch at that point to my PC display, and I'm running KDE Linux at that point, which I'm currently running Windows. So, and the third monitor, that one is, as you can see, a 4x3. It's not even plugged into power, but its purpose currently is to actually hold my VTuber bottle, because we could just. I mean, what is actually on it? Because I think there's... No, I don't have any files anymore in the background there. We can just demonstrate what the third monitor looks like. Let me just... There. So that's the third monitor. my VTuber model is hiding on the third monitor. It's a bit funny. Like, it's not plugged into power, but because of the daisy chaining of adapters, because I'm using what is it? A DisplayPort to HDMI and then a HDMI to DVI adapter to plug that monitor in. It still thinks the monitor is on, despite that it's unplugged. So great, awesome. Because I was using it at times for like putting Discord onto it, and the problem was that it was just occasionally just cutting out. Just it turned black and then would come back again sometime later, and it's like, yeah, probably some transistors bad because thing is old, right? So go figure. My other monitor, right? That is here available. This one here. Right. In comparison to that one, the Ace. I mean, all of these monitors are old. That one over, all the way on the right, yeah, well, all the way on the left, technically. Behind my laptop, there's serving as a headset stand. That thing is like... Yeah, I'm not using a mouse pad, by the way. But yeah, that one, I have no clue. It was previously used by my grandmother with a Windows Vista PC. So, it's old. That's all I can say. It's called a Philips 190V or something. It has like 1280 by like 10 something resolution. So it's like, I mean, it's 4x3 after all. But yeah, the other two monitors are both also like relatively old. Like I think my main monitor is also like over a decade old, and this one I've also had like 16 years, something like that. This one specifically also doesn't have an HDMI port. My main monitor at least has HDMI. All right, that one has HDMI. The other two have only VGA and DVI. And my laptop is connected because of that to my main monitor via VGA, because doesn't have a display port either. So, and I'm out of adapters currently, so that's not happening. But yeah, also I use a heavy mouse. So the list of weird things I do is like quite weird. It's also like, can I zoom the image in to actually perhaps showcase this a bit better? Well, it's probably just not visible. Let me just... Yeah, you can't see it. Like, they're supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, buttons on there. Hold on. No, I can't see that. I'm too blind. I'm genuinely too blind to see that. Oh yeah, and there's like glasses cleaning cloth, and there's another too. And yeah, there's also my water bottles. I use mainly the orange one when I'm driving, although currently I have a different bottle that I'm using. I mean, we can just swap back into this view here. I'm using... this one here. Yeah, I mean, you can see also my index controllers here in my hand. Let me just rest it here so you can see. It's a screwed, which is useful. It has a bit more capacity than The other two, the the 0.38 is like. Good to see you. Nope. You saw parts of my room, basically. Alright. Okay. Let's actually just briefly jump back to that, so I can showcase one more thing. Where is it? Yeah, here, the seat, briefly. There's my shifter, an SH8 shifter. Where's the other perspective again? I mean, yeah, you can see here my button box. My button box has to still be one of the funniest things I use. It's like, yes, I use that controller. The shoulder buttons on the left side are, well, from my perspective, left side. When I'm sitting in front of it. So technically it would be the right shoulder buttons on the controller. Is for TC, the other side is for ABS. My light stages are what would be, I think, the X button technically for PlayStation. God, my knowledge of like controller buttons is like the left button would, from my perspective, from my seat perspective, would be is my light stages. My windscreen wiper is the center bottom, and the right one would be the is the rain light. My ignition is actually the left, well, technically the right thumbstick press in, and the starter is the other thumbstick in. So yeah, I use thumbstick flicks for just, and the best part, this controller is like got gunked up at some point a bit. Although it's gotten taken apart, it's cleaned, and it's still like, for some reason, sounds like this, is terribly calibrated and everything. It's garbage. It's like also like 15 years old or some shit. So those thumbsticks are not terrible to move, but like, you can still operate them. And they only serve for the simple purpose of just turning stuff on, right? So yeah, and the seat here is Volkswagen Golf, which is funny. It's like this carabiner up here that has a zip tie that I can clip my zip tie that I have around my my index cable that you can see here. I can clip into this carabiner, which I usually do, so it doesn't like, you know, fall away or do something funny. So it's just routed while I'm driving, and yeah, that works pretty nicely usually. Although sometimes when I lean forward and then lean back, the cable doesn't tuck itself correctly back. But it is what it is. It's good enough. Yeah. And I have this funny sock on here because I can move my shifter from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. But I usually have the shifter on the left, so I can more easily climb into the rig from the right-hand side, where my desk is, obviously. So there's reasons why I do what I do, the way I do. Okay. Fine. Can we sort of stabilize Miku? No, she's continuing to sit like that. Okay, fine. Well then, good night. Bye-bye. I will probably see you tomorrow with Metro, because I don't want to stream that on Thursday, because I have a lecture at like 8 AM on Friday, so like we're not doing that. Right? So we are doing Metro on Wednesday, and we're gonna see if we can hopefully get done with Tiger. Maybe even beat the game completely, right? If I can beat the game in the next stream, that would be actually pretty good, because then I can finish the DLC in the next 2 streams after that, and then I would be in time for, you know, the new Metro game releasing, which I might then stream on Thursday again, because it releases on Thursday. Or the Metro VR game. I still need to test VR model streaming, but I will have to sort of test that with my plans to stream on Saturday and Sunday for like 9 hours each. Because I'm silly. Although I think about also just recording it and then cutting like the 7 hours or so of nothing fucking happening in the middle out of that. You still laugh, but I think no idea what I have planned for it, but like it's quite funny. It is V-Track related. It's simulator related, but it's not driving sim. It's gonna be like something, I will say. Right. Okay then. Good night. Bye bye.